Well, all right, guys, here we are with another episode of Cringe-Strophic Disclosure, but let's start with a really good prayer, one that everybody can agree to because it's not really religious. So I love you if you're tall, I love you if you're small, I love you if you're in between, if you live on the surface of the earth, if you live below, if you live in the ocean or in our skies, or way beyond the earth. So why am I talking about this stuff again today? Because I read something really interesting, or actually I heard something very interesting from a video of Diamandis, Peter Diamandis. And the reason why this resonated with me and it stuck was that it talked about bacteria. Now, we have this whole thing going on with the UAP, UFO, USO, USC, whatever, UGO. Is there a breakaway species that's always lived with us or not? What do we have as evidence of life on other planets? And it always goes back to bacteria. Somehow there is bacteria, and we've learned, I think there's a new term called quorum sensing or something. Anyway, bacteria communicate with each other. And where have we found bacteria? Well, we have bacteria everywhere in our bodies. We have bacteria on Earth. We have bacteria on the surface of the moon. We have bacteria on Mars. So it's everywhere. Then we also have fields of energy. So you need energy for everything to exist and live and communicate with each other. So we have dark energy has been discovered. We have regular energy that's been discovered. We have the ether. The ether is coming back. And we have bacteria. Bacteria is everywhere, especially in our stomach. As a matter of fact, if we want to call upon the ultimate overlords that exist everywhere, perhaps the overlords that even rule over, the breakaway species or aliens or whatever you want to call them, it is probably going to be bacteria. You know that, and this is going to break your mind. You want to think about ontological shock? This is going to break your mind. Everything you've done in your entire life, everything that you will do in your entire life is going to be to feed your bacteria in your stomach. That's pretty sad. It's pretty sad, but it's true. It's true. So the ultimate overlords may not even be the government. It may not even be black projects. You may be slaves to bacteria in your stomach. It's a thought, but it's an important one, and you probably should think about it because there's new information about bacteria, DNA, and quorum. I think it's quorum or quorum sensing. Anyway, they always come up with some random thing, but it's the latest thing, and so I thought I'd talk about it. But also I thought I'd talk about, because a lot of people want to go to ayahuasca, or they want to ayahuasca retreats, and they want to do a bunch of things that are really cool, and they think that the whole new age stuff is crap. It's crap. The new age stuff is crap. What does that all mean about raising your vibration? Why do so many people get into bodybuilding, or they go into a plant-based diet or whatever it is, because they want to raise their vibration? Oh, it's all pseudoscience. Well, in some cases it's pseudoscience, but in other cases it's actually quite practical if you think about it. Think about your spine as an antenna, right? Now, if your antenna is covered by fat particles, and you have a bunch of things, bacteria and viruses and all this kind of stuff around your spine is not able to move around the way it should, right? So if you do the opposite, right? If you try to get rid of as many fat cells as possible, if you reduce the amount of water in your system, usually what happens, when you get sick, they tell you drink a lot of water. Why? To lower your your temperature. Well, it's the same with your skin, right? Look at your skin, right? If your skin is very, very thin, then everything goes through the skin pretty quickly. like vibrations. But if you somehow don't, right? If you somehow have very thick skin or very fat skin, what happens? Well, the fat skin is going to stop your bones from having a natural vibration. Now, one thing that you will notice is if you take a nap and you take a nap in a bed, right? What usually happens is you don't feel much. You don't feel much, right? Unless you are the Princess P, right? The Princess P, the one with the famous fairy tale where she could feel a little pebble or a seed or whatever underneath layers and layers of mattress. Unless you're that person, you won't feel anything. But this is why I say, and I recommend people, you say, if you sleep on a very soft bed, it's not good for your spine. It's not good for anything. But also it's not good for your ability to sense things, right? It's not good. What you should do instead is sleep on a nice, if you want a little bit of cushion, you can have a carpet, but on a wooden floor, right? You don't have to go as far as what the crazy people do in the temples, like in the Shaolin temples where they sleep directly on wood, which I've done. It's very uncomfortable. But think about it, as I said before, just like I was showing you before with my skin, and my skin is not good. If you want the worst kind of skin, you want to have my kind of skin. If you look at my skin, it's really, really thick. It's thick and it's weird and it's floppy. And well, the more I work out, the better it becomes, and the less water is in the system, also the better it becomes. But you can't take away too much water, otherwise it starts decaying. So you have to find the perfect balance of water and all the other nutrients in your body in order to get the perfect skin. But this is not good skin. But what I try to show you guys is this. Look at the wobble, right? You don't want your skin to be wobbly like this, because if your skin is wobbly like this, then chances are, especially around your spine, all of this extra like fat layers and all this stuff stops your chi from flowing, right? If you do Tai Chi, one of the top things they tell you is be careful of your fat levels. Fat levels will stop the energy from flowing in your body. But anyway, it's all pseudoscience. But anyway, what I was trying to say is this is something that you can test out yourself. And it works the best if you are already if you're a bodybuilder, this is going to be an easy thing. When you wake up from the next time you go to sleep, right? When you wake up the next time, if you sit and don't move and don't get up right away or whatever, get up because of the alarm or whatever, just relax and listen to your body before you get up. You might realize that it is shaking a little bit. But again, if you're sleeping in a soft bed, you won't be able to see this. You won't be able to feel it. So the idea is try to take a nap on the floor. Directly on wood is too much for you. Then just get a carpet and sleep. And when you get up from that sleep and you're calm, see how you feel. Most likely you will find that your spine is vibrating. The more fat on you, the harder this is going to be. So it really depends on you and how much water and fat is stored in your body. So things will vary, but try this out and then let me know. Hopefully it'll work for you. But just think about it. Synchronicity. There's something to it. Thanks, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care, guys.